俺の財宝か。今日から喋るな。欲しけりゃくれてやる。探せ。この世のすべてをそこに置いてきた。
We know Gold Roger, the king of the pirates, at least in the One Piece world. Well, I thought a lot of people knew about this, or at least more people knew about it, because you get into One Piece, you get into all the other stuff automatically when it's so long. I thought people knew, but Roger is based off 2 historical pirates in real life. Apparently this came to surprises people. Like, I saw a video talking about it, like this channel that talked about history and stuff, and they talked about this, and people seemed really surprised, so I decided like I could make a video more in depth because I enjoy history a lot. So if I could do a video like this, I'd be really happy, because history, anime, and I guess geography, those are really interesting to talk about in general when you mix all 3, and One Piece is the encapsulation of all of that, so it works really well. Basically, Roger was based off these 2 pirates, one being Olivier Levasseur and Henry Avery. I have no idea if I'm saying the first name right. It's a French name, I can't do it. Basically, he was a French pirate who was nicknamed like Labousse, which is, I think, the buzzard. That's what I remember. He kind of operated back in the 1680s to 1730s, that kind of period. And he was a rich man, or at least he was born into a wealthy family. He had all the things he needed, really. Eventually, he was invited to become a privateer during a war, and once he returned, instead of just going home and just being a regular person, he decided to join a pirate group instead. And this pirate group went on to become one of the most notorious pirate groups because they committed one of piracy's greatest exploits in history. Greatest is a word that I don't know if is a good idea to use, because it's not a good thing. Pirates in real life aren't the way you see them in One Piece, but it was one of the biggest and most major heists in pirate history. Basically what they did was there was these 3 ships, I'll put the names up here, and they basically looted them. They captured and looted the treasure on top of these ships, and these were ships carrying loads and loads of treasure. The amount that these pirate group got was each at least 50,000 euros worth of golden guineas. So I think the 50,000 euros is like right now how much it's worth, and 42 diamonds each. That's an insane amount of money, especially when you consider that this was like all the way back then. Diamonds probably were more expensive because they're more rare. Basically, this like pirate group got really notorious, and the way that this person got caught, Olivier Levasseur, was he basically sent a negotiator to the governing island. I think it was Bourbon, I think that's the island that he sent the negotiator to, and basically what it said that if they were to get an amnesty, which is like a pardon, and like they're not going to get captured or anything, that they would give up piracy. The governing country, or the governing island, was like, no, we're not accepting that. Or they didn't say no, actually. They were like, give us most of the cash back, and yeah, sure, we'll do it. They just didn't decide to do that. They kept the money to themselves, and he was eventually caught in an island in Madagascar, and he was taken in and tried and hanged for piracy, obviously. This was on the 7th of July in 1730, if anyone was wondering. But basically, as he was on the scaffolding, you might recognize this part, but like as he was on the scaffolding, before he died, he had this necklace on, and he took it off, like ripped it off, threw it into the crowd, and as he said that, he was like, find my treasure, the one who may understand it. And basically in this in this necklace, there was this cryptogram, which is like a paper with like a bunch of symbols, or that's how it was. It's basically just like a bunch of encrypted text, basically. And it's supposed to lead to the coordinates of where his treasure is. And people have tried, this is like the 1730s is when this happened, people have tried many times, and no matter how close they get, they cannot encrypt this. So basically, there's this treasure in the world right now with 42 diamonds and at least 50,000 gold, along with other treasure probably, because this isn't the only thing he has done. So there's this massive treasure all in this one place that no one can find, which is why you can kind of recognize that from what Roger said. He said, you want my treasure, you can have it, I left everything I gathered in one place. This is that, like, I guess, background or this history in real life. The other pirate I'm not going to go too much in depth because basically he was known as the king of the pirates in our world. The name being John Avery, or Henry Avery as his real name. He was born on the 20th of August in 1659, and he died sometime around the 1690s, like 1696 or something like that. And basically, like, he was known as the king of the pirates, or the arch pirate, because he was the most notorious and one of the ones that got away, like, for a long time. I think he got away possibly for his whole life. Maybe he was caught like after he had given up piracy, like long after. And he was known as the king of the pirates. Like, he had the most wealth, he was most notorious, and that's kind of like the parallel to Roger. I mean, there is a little more parallel to it, and there's a little more basis in real life, but the general idea is just that Roger was based off this king of the pirates, and his death was based off Levasseur. There might be some theories that you could come up with, honestly, with just these two, like, together, based off what happened in real life, and try to connect it to, like, the story. That would be a really cool way to get theories, honestly. Because Oda definitely does go into depth on how he does get his stories. A lot of the things are based off real life stories. Like, for example, Amazon Lily, that's based on a real thing. What else is there? Like, this is obviously based off real things. Like, there's a lot of parallels to our world, so finding theories through that would be a really cool way to do it. I might make some more videos, like, talking about Henry Avery if you guys want, or some other kind of history-related anime things, if you guys want that. So just let me know if you do. Otherwise, this will be Green signing out. Yo, peace.